Okay, great. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Phoenix in the South End. Those that are watching on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or LinkedIn Live, welcome. We meet every week based on we're celebrating our 10th year right now with Phoenix, and it's been quite a ride for sure. And it's all about trying to help each other through network marketing, through being able to person, because it's people that sell stuff. It's not always going on social media. Those are all great additions, but it takes people to take an interest in whatever that you're selling. And if they like you, trust you, then they'll more than likely want to do business with you. And that's kind of the whole premise of this, is for us to stay together and be able to find ways to help each other, because there are people that I know that other people will never meet, and vice versa. There's people that you will meet that I'll never know and never run into. So just about by having like 8 to 10 people in a room, you could actually connect to thousands of people, because we all know a few hundred. I mean, Bernie knows over 5,000 people alone. He meets people all the time. He's a great networker. You know, he's a wonderful man, and he's anything that he suggests will be great. So let's take a little look at our whole system here. We have. Let's see if I can get this. All right, down right there. We go. Here, let's get rid of that. Okay, so this is our hub. If you go to pbex.ca, or phoenixbusinessexchange.com, you'll get this site. This is our hub. Everything happens through here. If you want to know what's going on, this is where all the information that we feed into. Our member of the week this week is Penny Lee Prevost. She's our dancing motivator. She's a life coach, business coach, and she's also a NIA dancer, which is a movement is medicine type of thing. So if you're not feeling good, this is when you need to show up for a dance class. It's more than dance. It's all about moving over 150 muscles, tendons, and parts of your body, so it activates itself. And when you move, you get better. That's the raw truth of that. Yeah, let's get that made a little smaller. Okay, we have 5 chapters basically with a Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday group. We have our Thursday group here. If at any time you want to come in, you have a business, you want to check out one of our meetings during the week, just simply press this red button. It has the Zoom link already embedded in the button, and then it comes right on. We have another meeting at 1 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time, and those are for people that can't meet in the morning, if they're busy either driving kids to school or doing morning meetings. So we try and address that time slot with the afternoon time. And we also have our after hours, which is a once a month mastermind group where we get together. There is some networking there, but mostly it's about putting down your goals, to try and find out how we can help in some way to attain your goals. And that's a wonderful group. We have a lot of fun in that one, and Penny Lee Prevost heads that up as well. Canada Growth Network, this is where magic happens as far as the Canadian part goes. Every Mondays at 1 o'clock. Bernie Fransgrote heads that up, along with Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, the East Trade Winds Global Networking. So a lot of people meet on that one, and it's a wonderful group. I really enjoy going to that. We had our East End group that met yesterday at the at Hive, and it was wonderful. We had a great time together. We met both online and in person, and this way we could actually meet face to face. We have the same thing happening next week with this group. We're meeting at the River Lounge and on March 26th, okay, at 7:30 to 8:30. So the same thing will happen if you want to come in and meet the gang. We'd love to see you. We'd love to see you there, and be able to do it on Zoom as well. Okay, want more information about Phoenix? There's our QR code, and that. And this is not just a group that meets with each other. We also do many charities in different ways over the years to try and help our local community in some way, whether it's events that we do. We also do golf charity events every year, and the proceeds go to, this time it's going to the Canada Food Cupboard to help the local community with those food. They also have clothing at certain times. They help with school supplies, so it's a wonderful group that way. And as you can tell, we are about 1,700 away from 5 million. So somebody buy a door from from Norm. This is gonna be wonderful. So we're that close anyway. So we're just waiting. I've got about $300 I have to add to this, but there's a good 1,500 that I'd like to see on there, so we can finally hit that 5 million that we've been shooting for all these years. Now, there's one thing I wanted to mention in our events. The other day I had somebody that says, "Oh, by the way, are we meeting on a certain day? Like when do we do have certain holidays and so on?" So this is our calendar, and it basically shows what we are today, and it shows all the other events on top of things. Right now, there's the Home and Garden Show at the EY Center here in Ottawa. That's a nice hub where we normally have events going on and so on. Okay, so and it also shows all the events that other members might have. Okay, I have my meditation every Fridays. But if somebody is wondering when are we having our next in-person meeting, well, there it is. That's next week, as we mentioned. Okay, so it's on the calendar. We have that always on there so that it gets an update to what's going on. And we also, on the April 3rd, it's a Good Friday, which means on the 6th in this week, it shows that there's no meeting. So this gives you sort of a heads up, knowing that on that particular week, there's no week. So if you're looking at different, and it also has other events here too. There's a Mother's Day coming up and all that. So on this calendar, we've tried to put, as you can see, we also have the full moon and the new moon. Mostly that's energetic in the sense that if you're doing an event, try and get it as close to a full moon with more light as possible, because it just has that greater thing. So whether you're signing a contract, getting married, or whatever, try and put it on the full moon. Okay, and yeah, so that's just a basic introduction to our calendar. If you do have an event, here is a nice way to be able to apply so that you can get your event on our calendar. Okay, so if you know you're speaking somewhere, you know you're going to be looking at different things with whatever event that you're doing, let us know. We'd be happy to put it on. Kat does a wonderful job in promoting it on social media. So as soon as we know about it, we'll try and get it out there so as many people out there can see it as possible. Okay. So let's get to our education. And Norm, take it away.
I'm going to try to promote a book today. This book is by Stephen M. R. Covey. His father was Stephen R. Covey, who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He wrote The 8 Habits, so he was quite an author. But Stephen M. R. Covey is the son. And he wrote a book called The Speed of Trust. So it talks about how you can get people to trust you. And high trust equals high speed and low cost. Poor trust equals slow speed and high cost. I.e., for example, the airport. Used to be before 9/11, half an hour before an international flight, right? You would go to the airport, get your plane, go to Europe, wherever you wanted to go within a half an hour. Now it's 2-3 hours so you can clear customs, right? And they're slacking up a little bit, but they get pretty serious about checking you out. I remember we went to visit friends in Arizona for a couple of weeks, and my wife has this hand cream. Well, she put the hand cream in the bag to go underneath the plane. On the way back, she forgot to put that hand cream in the luggage that goes under the plane, and she had it in her purse. And they're going through the purse, and the guy says, "What is this?" I said, "It's hand cream." He said, "What's it's put it on your?" And he said, uh, "You can't take it on the plane." I said, "It's half empty, so it meets the amount that we're allowed to bring it in." So somebody's wife had some hand cream when he got home from his job at the airport. So, so the thing is, you build up the trust in a lot of different ways, right? So people have to be not only friendly and you have to be competent in whatever your trade is, right? If you want, if you need a brain operation, you need a neurosurgeon, not the dentist. So the dentist may be nice, may be friendly, and you've known them for a long time, but there's some things you can't trust the dentist to do. Brain surgeon is one of them. And there's example after example, even in the construction trade, where people do not do things right simply because they do not have the knowledge or the tools to do the right thing. So what every trade has tools to build trust with customers. So that's the biggest thing. Go find that book. It's called The Speed of Trust by Stephen M. R. Covey. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, what you don't want to hear is if you're getting brain surgery done and people will say, well, what kind of a brain surgeon is he? He's okay.
You know, the worst thing you can hear
He's
from a
pretty
doctor,
good. I mean, given the the injunctions he's had, he's pretty good.
you know, the worst thing you can hear from a surgeon? Oops.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, that's so true. And that is so true. Thank you for that reminder, Norm. That trust is speeds things up, because there are people that perhaps don't know me, but they know a person that with their friend that knows me. He says, "Well, what do you think of Tony?" "Oh, he's great." "Okay, that's good enough for me." Or if I want to do anything. And somebody asks about Bernie, I says he's fantastic. If I have good trust, I will know people that have good trust as well, and that's usually how it works. So if people know me and I said, yeah, Bernie's awesome, they will instantly trust him because they trust me so high, or vice versa. Okay. So yeah, that's a good one, Norm. I like that one. Way to go! You nailed it, my friend. Okay, let's go right into our. Now, Q is going to be presenting today, so we're going to be looking forward to that. She's going to be talking about her industry a little bit there. So let's start with Jacqueline. Go ahead, Jacqueline, whenever you're ready.
Perfect. And it's interesting in that Mother Nature, again, as we've all seen now, can't figure out what she really wants us to do, put the shovels away or bring them out, or maybe keep them really close. And that's kind of like Bank of Canada deciding whether or not to raise or hold the prime interest rates. And many of us have said there's so much going on in the world. I cannot believe that Bank of Canada would want to raise the rates, because that has a huge scenario for every person who has a loan, a credit card, and a mortgage. Bank of Canada, I think, made the right decision because it allowed everyone to take a long, deep breath, lift their shoulders, take them back, and drop them down. And when they exhale, they call me and say, Jacqueline, what will this have to do with my variable rate mortgage? Let's talk. So when you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, you know you need to contact your mortgage honey.
And Jacqueline, how are you doing with BAMs or referrals? Anything there?
I have two set up for next week because I have a
Okay.
speaking engagement in Invest Ottawa. So we're all going to meet in at Invest Ottawa while I'm or after I have presented.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And for those that want your virtual breakfast, here it is. Okay. And Kat, over to you.
Imagine enjoying your home and garden without stiffness, soreness, or running out of energy. Visit the Ottawa Home and Garden Show, where Susan McGarry will help you to discover innovative wellness solutions that are designed to support your healthy joints and comfortable movement, help you stay active in your garden longer, feel more energized throughout your busy day, and to recover faster so you can do what you love. I'm going to drop a link in the chat box to the Ottawa Home and Garden Show where you can visit Susan. She's going to be at stand A for Apple 43. And there's a promo code, which I will also drop in so you can get discounted tickets. She'd love to see you there.
Okay.
Thank you.
So is this a twofer? Are you going to promote yourself or?
That was me promoting myself. It's what I do for clients. I promote my
Okay.
clients.
Okay. That's what I figured.
Promote my client. It's what I do.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Well, there's your breakfast. Okay. Okay. Awesome. And over to Norm. Norm, how's it shaking?
Morning, Norm Boyer from Boyer Boys Home Maintenance and Repair. It's not only what we know how to do, but the equipment we have to do it. For instance, we had to fix some windows that slides up and down, and the balance sashes needed to be replaced in the shoes, the thing that the balance sash hooked into. So this window, I had to cut out a hole to take the old shoes out, right, with an oscillating saw. So I had the oscillating saw to do that. Then you had to take the spring and increase the tension on the spring and hook it into the shoe. And there's a little tool that we have that we grab a hold of the spring and we crank the spring and then we hook it into the shoe. So it's having the right toys. And if we have a window that's cocked into place, we have a tool called a deglazing tool. It looks like a pizza wheel on a handle, and we cut the caulking and we don't have to use a knife where you can damage the weather stripping or the glazing. So I tell people we book at $85 an hour, but we do in an hour what somebody at $50 an hour takes 3 hours to do. So it's, let's say, having the right toys and tax deductible toys too. So, you know, in the trades, well, I guess it applies to other guys too, but the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and my toys are tax deductible. So unlike somebody, a homeowner, he buys a tool, he has to make $275 so he can have $200 to buy the tool. Where I do it through my company, I buy the tool for $200. So the thing is, the honeydew list, we're equipped to do it. Where other trades, we do a bit of plumbing work, we do a bit of trim work, we do some caulking, we do a whole list of things that need to be done around the house. So we're going to educate people, hey, what the honeydew list and all the things that we can do in the honeydew list. So Boyer Boys, home maintenance repair, the honeydew list, we get it done.
Thanks, Norm. How was your referrals? Any BAMs at all?
No, I haven't had any yet. Well, I did one, but I mentioned it last week. Well, that job that I got was
Yeah.
from,
Yes, you did. Yeah.
yeah.
So we need another $1,500. Well, yeah, but 1,500. So we're getting pretty close there. Okay, awesome. And yeah, there's your breakfast there, Norm. Okay, and over to Sam, Mr. Sam the Man.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. There's my contact information in the chat. I have to commend or agree with Norm. Trust is the most important thing when it comes to relationships, whether it's business, family, spouse, friend, your company that you work for. If you don't trust them, you're not going to do, you're not going to get along, let's put it that way, when it comes to a spouse. You're not going to trust the person with things that you want to talk to them about, maybe personal things. So work on the trust with your company, your business, your relationships, and things will go a lot smoother. Anyway, connectedcars.ca. I'll do dash cameras are my main thing. That's why I call myself Dashcam Sam. But I also do other automotive minor maintenance when it comes to brakes and tires and ball joints, things like that. So if you have a car and you have some issues, give me a dingle and maybe I can help you out. Let's see here. What I'm talking about this week is continuous variable transmissions. They are the newer transmissions that are in cars, and unfortunately, a lot of them are having problems. If you have such a transmission, automatic transmission in your car, you do need to do maintenance on it to prevent them from having issues. Unlike the previous ones that torque converters, you could actually leave the transmission fluid in it for the life of the vehicle practically without doing maintenance. But these days, these continuous variable transmissions require maintenance, the fluid changed, and make sure you get it drop and filled, not flushed. Uh, BAMS wise, I think I talked about Terry Fraser, did some work for him on his battery on his key fob. And last week, Eric Sonego came to me. He had a noise. He was driving along and he said he must have hit something. But really, what it was this heat shield came down. Unfortunately, manufacturers put these aluminum heat shields on with steel fasteners. And you know what happens when you put aluminum and steel together? They rust. And this thing came down, and it was a simple fix for me to put that back up for him. That's it for me, Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and I'm ready for my breakfast.
Okay, there you go. You've got 4 minutes to eat that. All right, and so multiple choice here, Sam. Would you prefer this, or would you prefer this? Okay.
Sorry,
I
I'll
don't
take
know.
the latter.
Today I'm feeling awfully funny. I must have bologna in my shoes because I just feel funny, you know. Okay. Okay, over to Bernie.
Good morning, Tony. Good morning, folks. Bernie Franzgrove, Creative Insight, Knack for Business Podcast, East Trade Winds, Canada Growth Network. What's that all mean? Well, it's a way to get introduced to other people, cross thread. So some stuff you may not, some of the people may not be buying a door. Some people might not be getting their brakes because they're too far away, or they happen to be in the UK or the south of the border. Elsewhere in the universe. However, that said, sometimes that's not where the business stops. And, sometimes you get information from folks, and that's kind of the key. And the other kind of key or other element of this is promoting yourself. The podcast is another way. We just went through a session on Tuesday that talked about, hey, Tuesday and also on Monday that spoke to getting yourself recognized and findable in AEO. That's using the AI to find you. So it's another means of way. I'm going to stop talking because I see the clock is getting down there. And over to you, Tony.
Okay, all right. And yeah, no, that's great to be able to look at those things and just looking for your breakfast. Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, perfect. All right, so thanks a lot there, Bernie. BAM's referrals, you probably had about six, half a dozen of those anyway.
Well, Penny now talking to Layla to hook up a meeting on Friday at Hive because she's off this week. And so that's happening. I can't think of anything else right off the top of the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Bernie. Good.
I have a question, Bernie.
Sam?
I got on late yesterday. What, that gentleman that was at the meeting at the Hive, is that the guy who owns the place?
Yep. That's
Yep.
Jovan.
Okay.
So promoting your product and services, in that case, would be handier for you in that space. Obviously, because there's more client base, right? People that drive to come there and probably don't want to pay the dealer rates for brake changes and stuff like that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. Well, Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group, medium and clairvoyant. And in my industry, trust is absolutely a big one. When you have a daughter or a son that's going through a severe depression, and usually parents are very concerned about them, trust is a big thing. If they know that when they can send people to a person and they will do like whatever they are doing and things just happen, it's like magic. That's kind of where I go. I don't leave a client on if there's things going on. If I say a quote, it's going to be about an hour and a half. If it takes longer, I don't charge more. So there's no surprises, and this way, if something does come up, then they know they could trust that by the time that person comes out of the studio that I'm in, they're in a good place, and that's really what it's all about. So whether you come for a tuning or a reading or whatever it is, it's the way we do our work. So Tony Jennis from Higher Self, we are here to raise your spirits. And in terms of business, my wife has gone to Shane there this week to get her leg taken care of. I think she's got a couple of more sessions and she's totally back on track. She was limping just walking straight from the living room into the kitchen, just because she hit her knee, fell one time, and then anyway, Shane's got a hold of that. Ongoing business with Josh and Kelly. I did a BAM with her. Penny Lee did a BAM with her. Sandy did not only a BAM with her, but last night in our mini workshop, she hosted that workshop that I usually do every month. And we talked about dogs and essential oils, which was really cool. So she's got such a vast knowledge of animals and everything. So we talked about how you can calm dogs down with certain types of oils, and how to get rid of mosquitoes, ticks, fleas for a fraction of the price that you would go to a vet to get that stuff done. So no, it was fun. It was fun last night. So thank you, Sandy, for that. If you're watching. And also met with Bernie, but yeah, I'll be talking to Bernie with other things down the road soon. Okay, so all right, so every week we have another person or another member that we give an opportunity for to be able to talk more about their industry. And Jacqueline, you have a question?
Just a comment. It was about thanking you. What I was talking about these weather and how my windshield wipers were not helpful being frozen to my window shield. And both Bernie and Sam said, next time that happens, here's some of the things you might want to consider. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It would have been better for me to know that. And now I do. And so I'm just thanking you for that invitation to take a look at what you could do in order to save yourself a little bit of grief. Just that, saying thank you.
So what did they say to put on the windshield so your wipers won't stick on there?
Well, it was stuck for sure.
Yeah.
So warm water or windshield wash. Just put what's in my car on top of it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
What? Yeah. So that was groovy. Very much appreciated.
One thing I know is not to put hot water on your windshield when it's really cold. I saw a few videos on that, and I can't believe the whole windshield like disappeared into the car. Oh my God. If it's like minus 30 degrees and you put hot water on there, yeah, your windshield is gone. I've never seen anything like it, but yeah, I could see it. It's such a hot thing. So in our introduction, Q is going to be presenting her industry, and there's a few tips on her business that she wants to relay. And so, Q, take it away. If you need anything, you can share the screen. You can do whatever. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You can show us how to do a happy dance if we ever get a check if we get hurt.
two. And please let me know when you can see my
Yep,
screen.
I can see that. Yeah, that's
Okay,
good.
and you guys hear me okay?
Yep, you're working good.
That was great. So good morning, everyone. My name is Q and I'm your go-to ancient lady of the crew. And today I want to walk you through something most business owners don't think about until it's too late. And that is how to protect your business, your ownership, and everything you built if something happened to you or your partner. As a business owner, your company is probably your biggest asset, your main income, and a big part of your future. But let me ask you something. What happened to your business if you or your partner is suddenly not here tomorrow? Most of you focus on growth, but not protection. And here's the reality most people don't realize. If you or your partner passes away, their share don't come to you. They go to their family, which means you could suddenly be in business with your partner's spouses or someone with no experience in the business. And you may not have the liquidity to buy them out. This creates real business risk. Is that something you'll be comfortable with? Is the question you should ask yourself. And this is where things get risky. Without proper planning, business decision may be delayed or blocked. Surviving owner may lose control. Family may push for quick payout. Business may be forced to sell, not because the business is bad, but because there was no plan. So, smart business owner put a plan in place ahead of time. And it is very simple. You set up a buy-sell agreement funded by life insurance. Now, a buy-sell agreement is a legal contract that says what happened to a partner's share if they passes away. Life insurance provides a lump sum payout that helps the business absorb that shock, covering expenses, replacing talents, or stabilizing operations. Life insurance ensures the surviving partner have cash ready to buy out the deceased partner's share, and the deceased partner family receive fair compensation. This does three things: locks in the value of the business, guarantee the money is there, and keep you in control. Here's how it works in real life. Step one, you and your partner agree on what the business is worth. Step two, you create a legal buy-sell agreement with a lawyer. And step three, you set up life insurance. That's it, simple, but very powerful. Now, when something happens, the insurance pay out immediately. You use that money to buy the shares, and the family receive cash instead of ownership. So everything is clean, fair, and smooth. The biggest reason business owners do this is because of liquidity. Because without this plan, you have to borrow money, sell assets, or come up with cash quickly. And this would eliminate all of that. If you control and breathing room. Now, this is where it gets even better in Canada. For incorporated businesses, the insurance payout is tax-free. And if it's structured properly inside your corporations, it can flow through something called a capital dividends account, which allow money to come out tax-free as well. So it's not just protection, it's extremely tax efficient. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say your business is worth about 1.2 million. There's two partners in the business. You and your partner each own 50%. each of you put a 600,000 of insurance in place. If one partner passes away, 600,000 come in tax-free. That money is used to buy the share. The family get full value in cash, and you now own 100% of the business. No stress, no conflict, no disruption. So the two most common strategy are, number one, partner own policy on each other. So if you will get a policy on each other. And this strategy is best for smaller partnership and simpler ownership structures. Or the second strategy is the corporation own the policy. In most cases, especially for incorporated businesses, this is set up through the corporations. And the reason for that is because you can use corporate dollars and it's more tax efficient overall. Now let's flip it. If there is no plan, you may need to take on debt, you may lose control, or worst case, you may have to sell the business. And this is not just a financial issue, it is a control issue. But with the right plan in place, you stay in control, the family is treated fairly, and the business continues like nothing happened. That is the goal. Then some of you may ask, what if you don't have a partner? You're, solo proprietorship, then you are it. The same principle apply to your family. A life insurance gives them the lump sum of money to move on. Because if family is in a hurry to sell the business, they cannot sell it for what it's worth. So the key takeaway is simple. Every partnership needs a continuity plan, and life insurance is what makes that plan actually work. Well, the next step is really just see how this would look for your specific situation. Look at your business value, your structure, and what makes the most sense for you. And if something happened tomorrow, would you want your partner family involved in your business, or would you rather have full control and a clean solution? Let's have a conversation to see how it works for you and your business. Q from World Financial Group, providing you with financial peace of mind when you need it most. Thank you.
Okay, any questions? First of all, yeah, go ahead, Kat.
So I'm trying to understand how this could work for me. So my business is not worth, I'm not going to lie, it's not worth a lot of money. It is not in any debt, so it's not going to have anything. So my question is not whether I personally should have life insurance, but I'm telling you, if I got hit by a bus, nobody's going to want to take on my business. None of my family know anything about marketing, so it just would not happen. So would I require life insurance as a business, or could I just get life insurance as a normal individual person and they could just shut the business down?
So that would be the questions with you and your family to see, if you already know that no one want to take on the business, sometimes it might
to do it, Q, so I wouldn't trust them to do it.
All right, sounds good. So it depends on how fast your business can actually, sell the business or shut it down, right? Because if they can do it tomorrow, then you just need your personal life insurance, right?
I think it probably would. It'd be a question of you just write to everybody and say she's dead. She's not doing your marketing anymore.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Okay, then that's in that case, right? If you just need a personal life insurance.
First personal.
But in a case of if it take times, right? Like a couple months, for example, for your family to decide, okay, what to do with the business, whether you want to sell it or whether you want to, shut it down completely, right? It gives them the time to figure that out. That's what life insurance is for.
Okay. Thank you, Hugh.
No problem, Kat.
Yeah, and the other issue about looking at the value of your business, like the one example you gave, Q, of 1.2 million, that's when you have enough time to get and you look at the buyers and get somebody to pay for it. If it is a death in the business, and you need to sell it quickly, you're not going to get 1.2. You'll be lucky to get 900,000 or 800,000 like now, sort of thing. So your business, if you have to do it quickly, you're going to lose a lot of equity because it's sort of a fire sale. If somebody knows the business is sold because nobody wants it, and you need to, everyone's going to lowball because they know they're going to get a fantastic deal. So yeah, that was. By the way, that was the best presentation you've ever done. That was amazing. Nice work, Hugh. That was very clear, very concise. You hit all the bases from a business perspective. That was wonderful. Nice job. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Tony.
Any other questions, guys? There's a lot here. Yeah. Go ahead, Sam.
Actually, I was going to help Kat on this one a little bit. If you get hit by a bus or whatever, something happens to you, I would highly recommend at least having personal insurance because I've gone through the process of burying a family member, and you just be amazed at the cost of that process. It's not something you want to leave on family members to do. At least, I mean, I don't want to. Make sure that you have at least, well, in our dollars, at least $10,000 because it's a costly process. And further away from your home when that happens, the more costly it becomes. That's what happened in my case. It was $1,000 just to get the person's body back to where they wanted to be buried, on top of the funeral costs. And it added up to a lot of money. So I highly recommend you have something in place to cover those costs. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Another quick question is this is for life insurance, but let's say the partner was hit by a bus and survived, but is now in hospital for God knows how long, so critical illness would probably come into play. Would this same thing work in a business if the partner is now needed but is not there because he got hurt?
I think that would not be a critical illness insurance. That would be like a disability insurance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
So
Whatever.
the disability insurance will be there to cover business overhead and also like replacing talents if you need it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like
Good
critical
point.
illness is for like if someone diagnosed with a disease like a critically ill.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so the value of that critical illness can be whatever the shares would be. So it would work the same way. If it's a terminal illness, then there's sort of an expiry date sort of thing. Yeah, it's not like sudden, like hit by a bus and that's it. So it's a gradual thing. So if it's an illness that is it takes longer time for the person to pass, then that same thing can apply, I guess. So you can work that into the life insurance.
I think that would be like a separate policy, like a
Okay.
insurance policy. So if someone, like when a partner get diagnosed, right, they will receive a lump sum payout. It will be tax free as well. So you can use that money however you want. Like you use it to like run the business, take care of overhead expenses, if like sell the business, buy out the shares, anything like that.
Okay, so if they get diagnosed, then the partner would get a lump sum just so that they could hire people for what the partner can't do. If the partner was a marketing person, let's say, and all of a sudden he's not there, well, if they're really relying on a marketing person, they have to hire somebody to fill that role. And then, so that's where that lump sum would go. And you'd have to have another insurance if this person passes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's probably a good way to do it then. Because sometimes if both partners are 50-50 because they have different skills. One does the marketing and one does the finance or something. However way it works, and you need. It's very rare that you'll get partners that both do the same thing. They both have little different skills, and that's why they got into partnerships, so they're not repeating what the other partner is doing, because they have skills in other areas that the other one can't do, right?
Yeah, and sometimes
Nobody.
it's never like 50-50, like you said, right? Like in the business, some business may have like one partner have 70%, another partner have 30%, right? So you can structure the life insurance however you want.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've also heard of cases where if it is a 70-30 split and the partner that had 30% passes away, when the family gets it, they want half by the time it goes through. I've seen that happen because there's nothing in writing. It's a partner.
Yeah,
They
so
just
that's
assume it's
where
50-50. But it's, if one's doing most of the work, all of a sudden you got half your equity that's on the thing if they do it that way.
that's
So,
when the buy-sell agreement comes in, right? Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
lay out directly what happened if
That's
one partner
so it's
passes away. So
yeah,
you
so it's
need to have
important.
something in writing for sure.
Yes, yes. Yeah, good. Yeah, good stuff they brought up there. Anybody else have any questions? Yeah. Okay. Well, Q, thank you very much. Yeah, Bernie, did you have a question? You had your hand up at one point. I wasn't sure if you had anything. No?
So, Kat, I would recommend that your business insurance that covers your liabilities as a business. You might want to see what happens if you're unable to render service, and because someone might lodge complaint or file complaint as litigate your estate. So,
Problem I have with this, Bernie, is because, and this is probably going to be totally different for the rest of you, I'm not covered outside the country.
okay,
So
so
anywhere
but
in Canada, I have no liability.
yeah. So, but one of the considering the number of folks that you deal with is the strategy would be to find someone that if you were to hand it off to someone, right, like a handover, so that the business continues on. It may not be the same terms and deals.
What I would do is I
What
would just give it to a completely different marketing agency. I would just do it that way.
Yeah, but you have to leave instructions for your family to do so. Is what I'm getting at. And the other piece of the puzzle is when Q's talking about the continuity. If you're disabled for a short period of time, in other words, you're not dead, you're still alive, you're still kicking. You want to have a game plan that way it can sustain because your service requires your presence. And it'll be like the same for Sam, right? Well, what happened if someone he's servicing a car, mind you, his is like one and done, and then you come back as a repeat. Yours is continuous service,
Yes, what
right?
disability insurance is for.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Q, thank you very much for highlighting this. It gives us a lot to think about. Those that want to create a BAM with Q to find out more, if whatever might be applicable for your business. And I think the longer you've been in business, the more your business might be worth. It might be a good idea to talk to somebody. So Q would definitely be a good contact to do that. Those that are on Facebook Live, if you've heard this, get a hold of Q. So she will be, this is also on all of our platforms. So Q, if I can make a suggestion in putting your contact information on those three platforms, Kat will probably agree with that, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. Just a little comment. This is your contact info just in case people want to get a hold of you. This is wonderful. I'd like to be able to highlight this on our Phoenix site as well. So this is great. So thank you very much. And Bernie, you want to give us a quote for the day and head us off? We're just coming up to the top of the hour.
Well, $2,000 for a door. No, that's the wrong quote. That's Norm's
door.
Yeah. So the quote comes from Bob Marley. Don't gain the world and lose your soul. Wisdom is better than silver and gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's part of one of his songs. I like that. Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah. Okay, and to those on Facebook Live, LinkedIn, and YouTube,